Hello everyone, I hope you are having a wonderful day. The purpose of this video is to go over the Taming of the Shrew, specifically the Induction. Now the Induction, interestingly enough, is a part of the Taming of the Shrew that is not always included. If you were to go to see the Taming of the Shrew perform live, there is a possibility that you would actually not see the Induction, which is weird because it does kind of change the context of the play a little bit when you realize that the Taming of the Shrew in and of itself is actually a play within a play. And so you are not watching just a play, but you are actually watching a play that a man named Christopher Sly is actually watching. So as the story begins, it begins with Christopher Sly, and he is more or less the town drunk. And he starts off by getting kicked out of a pub, okay, by the hostess. She kicks him out. And the reason why she is angry is he broke glasses. You will see here. She says, "You will not pay for the glasses you have burst." So he has just broken a bunch of glasses and everything. He's really, really drunk. And he tells her, no, he's not going to pay for them. And so she goes to go get essentially the sheriff, to go get the police and everything because he has broken these glasses. Now he's like, fine, do whatever you want to do. I don't care, right? But then he ends up passing out. And it is after he passes out that he is found here by the Lord. And this man is a man who has a lot of money. He is the Lord of the land. And he is there with his friends who are just coming back from hunting. And when he sees them, what he sees is he sees Christopher Sly laying on the ground, and he gets this idea because, apparently his life is incredibly boring, but he gets this idea to take Christopher Sly home and to dress him up as if he were actually a lord himself. And the game basically is to convince Christopher Sly that he is actually the lord of this home and that he is wealthy and that he has been in a coma for 15 years. And so his entire life up to this point has all been a dream, right? So everything's just been a dream. And so anyway, so what you have here is they take him home, and Christopher Sly at first is very, very resistant. We're going to go ahead and come down here. So at first, in scene 2, Christopher Sly wakes up, and he is at first very resistant to believe that he could possibly be the Lord. In fact, he says, "Call me not honor nor lordship. I never drank sack in my life. And if you give me your conserves, give me your conserves of beef. Ne'er ask me what remnant I will wear, for I have no more doublets than backs, no more stockings and legs, and no more shoes in my feet." So basically he's saying, I don't have more than just one pair of clothing I'm wearing. I only have one pair of socks, which I'm currently wearing. And I only have one pair of shoes. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? What will I wear? I only have one outfit. And then, of course, the Lord is the one who is pretending to be his servant, and he is going to continue to kind of play this game with him. Now, you will see this idea of the Lord pretending to be the servant and the servant pretending to be the master quite a few times throughout this entire play. Okay, this is a common thing that appears over and over again in this play, where there's this idea of deceit and of people pretending to be people who they're not. Okay, this idea of deceit you will see appear multiple times throughout the play. Okay, so it is not until later on here when they start talking about Sly's wife, and the servant says that how his wife has been so sad that he has been in a coma. And he says, "Until the tears she hath shed for thee, and like the envious floods o'er her lovely face, she has the fairest creature in the world, and yet she is inferior to none." So what he is saying here is that, he tells him, hey, you have this wife who is the most beautiful woman in the land, and she has just been absolutely distraught that you have been in this coma for 15 years. And anyway, this is actually what convinces Sly, maybe I am a lord, maybe I have such a wife. Okay, so the idea of him having a beautiful wife is enough to convince him that maybe, just maybe, he should go along with this whole thing. Anyway, so what ends up happening now is they make the decision to go ahead and have a feast, basically. They bring a bunch of food to him, and they say, sir, you need to eat. And the doctor says it would be really good for you to have joy and merriment in your life. So they decide to bring in actors to perform a play. And the play they are actually going to watch is going to be The Taming of the Shrew. All right, so what you are actually watching when you watch The Taming of the Shrew is you're watching a play about a man who is watching a play. So anyway, again, that changes the context of this play a little bit when you realize that that's what it is. All right, so that's the induction. In my next video, I will go over what happens in Act 1, and then we will go from there. Hope to see you all soon.